Today is Sunday, January 19th. This is Nirvaan's first lesson after having been away on holiday and having taken a break. Maybe about a month and a half since I've seen you last. Alright, so Dad has been primarily working after they got back from holidays, just letting him hit forehands like I instructed him to. Checked his forehand today. Forehand looks pretty darn good. As far as like the biggest difference is he's getting a little bit more plow through and good and better rotation on the stroke, and he's producing spin. Dad went ahead and gave him an instruction just to drop the racket to make the spin, and so this was despite I didn't say anything about. I didn't want him to do any kind of instructions. That was a good instruction for him to give, and Nirvaan was producing surprisingly spin, correct spin where the ball was rotating, right, pretty consistently like this, and it wasn't like sideways or like that. It was pretty consistent. He was able to produce the spin like that. But primarily, it looks like he was using more of the bigger muscles correctly. So we went ahead and just I net fed him was the furthest distance just to see how he was doing that, and the biggest things he needs to remember is ball force. We told him that remember to do ball force on every stroke. Remember that after you finish your stroke that you go straight back to ready position and you are already thinking about hitting the next ball. He has a tendency to hit the ball and then watch his ball and then sort of relax and not be ready for the next ball. So that messes up his timing for ball force on the next one when he thinks about it. So just thinking about ball force and knowing when to react is a big thing for him. Any concept that I throw at him, he's able to pick up very quickly. He's able to understand. So I'm not concerned him being able to learn these things. It's just doing them consistently for long enough for a period of time where they stick. So we went ahead today and we decided on whether or not he would do backhand, and I tested his actual one-handed backhand. I believe how strong he was to do a one-handed backhand, and I thought that he could do a one-handed. That's what he wanted to. The two-handed that he has right now is pretty much it's at a beginning level. So his age being 8, going to turn 9 in July, right? He's got plenty of time to go ahead and learn a one-hander if that's what he wants. And so we asked him, talk with Dad, and Nirvaan wants to do he wants a one-hander. So from here on forward, we're going to head work on a one-hander. On the one more thing on the forehand side, his footwork I touched on his footwork a little bit. It's not a huge deal at this point. More just him doing ball force and going back to ready position is more the things he needs to focus on when he hits the one-hander, when he hits the forehand. So he tends to do an extreme open stance where the right foot comes forward when he sets up for the ball. I showed him how to do a semi-open stance where his last step is going to be the right foot, where the feet are staggered. And he could do a few of those, but it tended to be more of an open stance, like one foot next to the other. No, that would be beautiful, but you don't do that. Okay, so don't worry, you know what I mean, right? All right, we don't have to go through every little piece. On the backhand side, I didn't go through a progression with him on the positions on the backhand. I just wanted to see if we could skip straight to position 1. And skip a few steps to see how he could pick it up. But looks like we're going to have to go ahead and probably go back to doing a full progression. No backhands right now. Him and Dad, when they go hit, no backhands, just forehands for now. So what we did was first we did position 1. But first we did the grip. Show him the grip. For him to find the grip, stick his eye under the armpit and just grab it like that, right? And the knuckles, they should align pretty close. All right, so then we go to position 1. Go to position 1. All right, so position 1, right? We want this bent a little bit, yeah? So what we want is we want this like a U shape here, right? Kind of a U shape here. The racket head is going to be close up to his ear. We call this a chicken one where he pops that up. That doesn't need to be that high, but for now we're going to let it be that high. So we were doing this at the very beginning, and it seemed to work okay. He was able to activate this muscle on the forward part of the stroke pretty good. So we tell him to drop, right? Drop, and then go up, right? And I hand fed him at the furthest distance was at the service line, where he was standing at the service line or a little behind the service line. And He was able to get a lot of balls in. He has a tendency to want to hit too hard. Is one of the problems that I don't want him to do right now. So we went from that position 1, then we went to position 2, which actually turned out to be position 1.5. Okay, so position 2 is down here like this. Position 2 is the butt cap is going to be facing towards the side fence, right? And then you swing from there. But the problem is that when he gets into this position right here, is that the butt cap pointing this direction, he does not use this muscle. He can't. He starts to use this too much. So what we went ahead and abbreviated it, so it'd be up a little bit like that, yeah? A little bit more comfortable with him. Have to be careful. He likes to lock this elbow straight. We want a tiny bend, right? In this position. So the butt cap is facing a little more towards the net, kind of in between the side fence and the net. And from this position, he was able to go ahead and activate this correct muscle and lift up correctly. Okay? So that's all we learned on the backhand. Yeah? Anything else?
The knees.
The knee? What?
The bending thing.
Yeah. Well, always going to be bending your knees. But, yeah. Bend your knees. Or what part? There's a lot of parts you got to bend your knees.
Like, for the ready position.
For ready position, after you hit the ball, go back to ready. Go back to bend. Make sure you bend your knees after you hit. Boom. And then make sure you go back to bending your knees. Yeah. Yeah, you have a tendency to stand up, stay standing up straight after you hit a ball. Continuous motion. We didn't really talk about that, but you know that is always going to be on top. Okay? That's it for now? Yeah? Okay.